welcome back to the Uriah Jokes podcast, the only podcast that interviews somebody and then keeps them on a memory card and then decides to skip a couple episodes to make them stay on the memory card longer. And we don't know how technology works. Oh, we're morons, and speaking of morons, let's dive back into the interview with comedian Fiona Reid and Uriah Wesman, and he's only on the show because it's his show. It's roll the clip. All right.
You know what? The grainy physical comedy will be great. It'll be great. It'll be great.
It will be, and here we go.
It'll be great.
Coronavirus is like my mom's parenting. It doesn't exist.
My mom, oh my God. Can I tell you what she said to me the other day? You'll love this. She said she wants me to go to therapy online, and I said, that makes sense, like, or whatever. And I was like, I can talk about, like, my feelings or whatever. And she's like, that's not what I want you to go to therapy for. And I'm like, what do you think therapy is for? And she said, I want the therapist to make you a reasonable dating profile so that you can actually get a boyfriend.
That's an entirely different, that's a different thing. That's like someone, you could probably hire somebody to do a dating profile. But also, you don't go to a therapist about that.
You don't go to a therapist for that. And my dating profile had over 1,000 matches. And it said, I used to do stand-up comedy before the pandemic. Now I jerk off horses for a living. Don't worry, size doesn't matter. Like, I had over 1,000 matches with that.
You check every box with that. You're getting the freaks. You're getting the people with micro penises. You're getting everybody just like this. She's right on board. It's like the place that I went to do therapy right now down the street. It's abandoned now. It's an abandoned place. So I'm like, was that guy real? Did he help me? And I don't think he did. He go to therapy for it. But that's a joke. That's like something you could just say on stage, and like it's kind of funny, and then you could just elaborate on that.
No, what my mom said? Yeah, I told that at a Zoom mic last night.
Nice. How did that go?
They liked it. I'm in this like exclusive Zoom mic now, so which is why I do show up to it, because I'm like, oh, they went out of their way to invite me, but it's only like 5 or 6 guys, and they liked it.
Fantastic. Do you find then, being a female comedian, that you have a lot of like just men saying jokes are funny when they're not, and you know it's not that funny, but they keep telling you it's funny because they're just trying to go on a date with you? Does that happen?
Are we asking about male comics or just men?
Just male comics, or just men. Just like, because I never have like people coming up to me and lying about my jokes. And I would think it would happen more with female comedians.
Oh, that they're telling me I'm funny.
Or if there's a joke that you've told and you know it's not funny, but everyone is like, oh, it's the best thing ever, but you could tell it's not genuine.
Well, I think I had like people like you guys that I could walk off stage and you could be like, ha, that sucked. Like, you know, and then it's like you pick and choose who you want to listen to depending on if you like their comedy, you know? But with men, I found it interesting because I did have comedian in my dating profile, or like did stand-up comedy. And I had, when I was matching in college towns, I'd have guys be like, if you're a comedian, tell me a joke right now. And every time, to the point that now if I match with someone and they go, just tell me a joke, I just hit unmatch, because there was no way I could ever win that situation. Either I told them a joke and they said, that's not funny. Either I said, it's funnier in person. And then they said, oh, tell it to me anyway. Then they said, that's not funny. And it wouldn't just be, that's not funny, move on. It'd be, that's not funny, you're a lying attention whore, you're not even fucking funny, go suck a dick and die, and then they'd unmatch me. Or, like, it was just always that. Or I'd be like, I'm not gonna tell a joke. And then they were like, yeah, you're not telling me a joke because you're just a lying whore and you don't actually do comedy, you just want to get dick, you stupid bitch, and then unfollow me, or unmatch me. So I just don't reply to guys that say, tell me a joke.
I had the same thing in my profile about comedian. They would tell me a joke, and then I would just say us going on a date.
How'd they like it?
No, normally they would unfollow. Like, I meet people in bars, like not now, but
I was like, really?
the dates I've been on through social media apps, they've only turned to jokes.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
The worst one is I went on a date with somebody that worked at the Santa Barbara TV news station.
Yeah.
And the place we went to was empty, so we were the only people there, and the music was so low, and the lighting was way too high. And anytime I would say something, she wouldn't say anything back, but if I said a joke, she would just say, "That's funny," and not actually laugh. And I realized, though, halfway through, I just wanted to leave. I wanted to drink a drink and get out of there. The idea about forcing yourself to be with a stranger, I want to be like at the beginning. Hey, if you want to get out of here right now, that's fine. Like, I'm already half out the door. That's why I like meeting people in bars, because it's like, whatever.
Same.
You're not forced to be in this awkward situation. And then I'm like, I thought you were a news reporter, but you're the reason why news is dying right now. I am bored out of my mind.
I also dated a news reporter in Nevada, though, for a week. For less than a week. And he went full on psycho. Because he worked with NPR or something. And then that's why I swiped right on him. I'm like, ooh, a smart man who's like nerdy and has a job and interests. And because, you know, my thing with men is like, they're constantly like, hey, give me attention. Why do you have a full-time job? That's annoying. Give me attention. And it's weird. And it's fucking weird. But anyway, so I thought, oh, he's a full-time job. He's not going to be able to like text me all the time. He would constantly text me. And if I didn't reply, he'd still Instagram message me. And if I didn't reply, he'd still send me Snapchats. And if I didn't reply, he'd still send me TikToks. Like constantly. And I'd be at work.
That's like just crazy. I've never, like, if I ever got ghosted, I just like end it. But I've never gone to another platform and messaged somebody. Especially you should message NPR. They might jump on that story. They might get rid of that. That sounds like a Fox News reporter over there. So One American News Network.
I want to like be like, hey, you know, you employed a crazy person. So this is what happens when I didn't text him back. Also, people who send good morning texts are fucking psychopaths. Have something else to say. Stop wasting my time.
I didn't know people did that. Did he send good morning texts?
Yeah, he did. Says, oh, do you want to see it?
Were they? I mean, it will be blocky. But,
yeah, it's too blocky.
Like if it's anything, it would be like a dog sleeping or like something like you would text good morning.
This is how much he texts me without me replying. And this is just text. He said morning. I said good morning. No, nothing on it. He said, how are the horses? How are you doing? Smiley face. An hour later, how's your day going? 2 hours later, hey, hope you had a nice day and got everything ready for your competition. And then and then a good night text anyway. And then the next day he sends me a good morning text again without me fucking replying. And then, yeah.
With him being an NPR guy, it seems like his good morning thing, say good morning, is more like his like diluted liberal way of saying, you up?
Yeah, well, what time is he texting me? 8:08, 9:34. Yeah.
Never text somebody at 8:08. You don't do that.
Oh, so he sends me good morning. I send him good morning back the next day. He goes, how's it going? Question mark, exclamation point. I didn't hear from you yesterday and I was worried that maybe you died or something. I'm like, I'm just tired of talking all the time because I actually have stuff to do.
This is the thing. We need to realize that at least half of America is insane. And people need to start embracing
More than half!
that.
Let's go! More than half!
Yeah. And I think it all, well, like, that's a perfect example of just insane. That, why would you do that? And why would you, like, he's not understanding that obviously you don't want that or like, it's not something you're into because you're not asking how he is. It's a one-sided thing.
I'm used to being super nice, and then I just like, I just got shut off. Like, fuck this dude. So then he says, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't realize. I'll leave you alone. Let me know when you're gonna hang out with me. And I'm like, I'm kind of busy, so I don't really feel like going out. Oh, okay, I understand. I like you a lot, Fiona, and I want to make this work. I don't mind not texting you, especially if you need to focus. But if you want to stop seeing each other, let me know. I said I want to stop seeing each other. Then he says, hey, I know you said you were busy, and I don't want... Just like a long, never-ending text. Hey, I know you said you were busy, and I don't want to be distracting, but I just wanted to get some clarity on where we stand. I'd really like to keep seeing you, and if that is at a lesser capacity for the time being, that's totally fine. I understand that I can be a lot to deal with, and sometimes I can cut back on the texting and trying to hang out all of the time. I want to make this work because I love you. I've been on like 2 dates. And I don't want to complicate or derail your life, but if you're not interested in seeing each other anymore, I get it. You need to focus on your work, and I really admire that about you, and that's why I love you. If you want to just wait until after your competition and then see how things are then, that's fine too. I just don't want to I just don't really know where we stand. What? I think you were absolutely amazing and thought that we had was going great. If you want to give me a call later because we need to talk about this, you could text me instead though. And I said, dude, I'm literally not reading all of that. Are you kidding me?
Because when you said the text that long, doesn't it, like, it's a certain amount of characters where it actually has to send it in 2 different texts, or the way it
Maybe
gets
not
sent.
on iPhone.
Okay. That's just it. A week. You were with him for a week.
Yeah. Yeah, which I'm like, you can't even say that's anything. You can't say I was with him. I could have been dating other men if I had the time. Like, a week. Yeah.
And then he throws the love. You just, in text, I love you over text. So,
yeah.
This is, I think this could be part of it too. It's like right now there is an incredible amount of people that are just alone right now.
Yeah.
So alone. And some of them, it's good. I'm glad they're alone. They deserve to be alone. But I think though, that what this is going to do though, is this is going to, people are going to stop, it's going to make people more selfish towards their own desires more than like a mutual thing. Like that guy obviously isn't living in reality that he's saying I love you when he known you for a week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but then when you got...
every guy tells me he loves me after the second date, Uriah. You don't understand.
Oh my god. Granted, I never did that, so I guess I'm just like a winner at this point.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think I've said that, like, maybe to my last girlfriend, maybe a couple times. I don't even say that to my dad. Because love is just like this concoction of this, really, does it exist? Should we really be together forever? Like, no. That looked like strong bone. That looked like you were pouring, like, beer. That looked like a beer can.
You want me to get a beer can? It froze. It completely froze on my end.
It's so funny though when that happens on live TV. They're doing this interview and then it just stops. Yeah, it's hilarious, especially when the pandemic first started. They didn't know what they were doing. And there's people in the background, they'll have like their tissues, their beds in the background, and they have their like tissue boxes like and lotion. It's like, it looks like you are showing your jerk off station on live news. And there's people.
God.
It's like, it looks like you are showing your jerk-off station on live news. And
Oh my god.
jerk off station on live news.